Good morning, warriors. My name is Leland Holgate. Welcome to Warrior Flow, especially for those who are joining us for the first time. Thank you for showing up this morning. This is a total resilience-based yoga. It is trauma-informed. So this is something that has helped me immensely with my life and my healing. I'm a combat veteran and also a recovering quadriplegic. And last year, lost the ability to walk again from the waist down. So 3 times now learning how to walk, getting back up and running. And of course, yoga has been there for me the entire time. So welcome in this morning. This is our level 2, or we like to call it try harder, on top of our try class, which tonight actually I'm teaching at 5:45. That's our trauma-informed total resilience yoga at 5:45 with me, same place, different time. But this is our level 2, so we like to call it try harder. There's a couple of extra little things that we had put into it, but the basics are still the same. So you'll notice some difference here from any classes that you may have taken, such as no music. We don't play any music. I micro cue the whole time. It helps keep your mind from going to that dark place like it likes to go to every now and then. As well as choice. Choice is one of the biggest things with our form or method of yoga. And you can do as little as you want or as much as you want. And if you sit and breathe, you are practicing yoga. So I want you to keep that in mind as we move forward. If I'm going a little too fast, you can slow it down for yourself. And if I'm a slowpoke, you can speed it up for yourself. All right, so we're going to get started in about 4 minutes. And I just wanted to make sure that I dropped everybody a big hello. We are there for you. We've got classes online. We're looking to add some more as well, some fitness classes. I'm speaking to some Pilates and other fitness instructors. So we'll have those on there for you here very soon. Also, so we have our trauma recovery yoga classes online as well. It's a different website than ours, traumarecoveryyoga.org, but if you go on there, you'll find all different types of classes. We also have breathing exercises, chair yoga, you name it. We also have mindful movements, which is, for the children, 20-minute program to get them up and moving as well. So we have so many different options between ourselves at Warriors for Life America and also over at Trauma Recovery Yoga as well. So I'm super, super excited to actually step in to the executive director spot over at Trauma Recovery Yoga. So this will help allow us to continue to help people with this amazing form of yoga, and also to really also join in with Warriors for Life America as well, which we've already been partnered, but now we get to do more things together. So super excited about that moving forward. And I hope you all will join us. And soon, oh, it's so close. I can feel it. This quarantine will be lifted. We can finally get back to doing what we would like to be doing, some sort of normalcy in life. So I want to highlight that for you as well. Just remember that you have made it through this yourself, and that alone is resilience. Being able to stand that challenge or move through that test. And here you are coming out on the other side. We've done it together, and we will continue to do this together. So just remember the strength that you hold inside of yourself. And one of the things that has helped me with this is just reminding myself of all the things that we've gained instead of thinking on the things that we've lost. I know that's so tough, especially in a moment like right now. So many people are financially hit, and so many people are isolated. And isolation is loneliness kills. We know that. So just hang in there with us and continue to do this work and try to remind yourself of all the things that you're thankful for. For me, I know during this whole process, we've gotten so many things done here at my brother's house, just project after project, building a tree fort and a planter, greenhouses coming next, and all kinds of good things. But other than that, it's also been a really nice time to check in with family and friends. Even though we have been physically distanced, remember, I don't like calling it social distancing. That doesn't make any sense. That does something to the mind. It's physically distanced, but socially connected. So it's given us a chance to kind of tune into the family unit, or take time with friends, or take time for ourselves. All those things that we said we never had time for before all of this. All of those excuses have now been removed, and here we are. We have all the time in the world to do what makes us happy. Of course, there are a few things that are off of the menu at the moment until things open back up, but that is coming back soon. Excuse me, trying to choke myself with the water. All right. Excuse me. So we're going to get started. My name is Leland Holgate. I am the president and founder of Warriors for Life America. We are a nonprofit that's focused on military veterans and first responders and their families. Excuse me. So along with focusing on all of these amazing warriors, we also, excuse me, sorry, apparently I'm trying to drown myself. We also have a big focus in the community, because we understand being part of something bigger than yourself really is one of the biggest ways to heal. Allowing yourself to be part of something that is bigger than you. Excuse me, so sorry. So you'll notice this form of yoga is called Warrior Flow. It's something that I created myself, and it's based off of a trauma-informed series called Trauma Recovery Yoga, or Total Resilience Yoga, created by co-founders Joyce and Darwin Bozen, two of my favorite people on this planet. So this is our level 2, or we like to call it Try Harder. And with this, you'll notice some differences from any other yoga that you may have tried. And one of them is there's no music. I'm micro-cueing the entire time. And the micro-cueing is to help keep the mind from going from that dark place like it always likes to go, or swirl. As well as, I'm not going to be walking around. Of course, we're on the web platform here, so it doesn't make any sense anyways for me to walk around. But if we were in a class setting, I want to be walking around. I'm right up front. I'm also modeling. I'm doing the class with you. So if you hear me call something out that you're not quite sure about, just take a look at your screen. You'll see the position that I'm in, and you can match that for yourself. One of the biggest things that we remind people of in this form is express your choice. If you sit here like I'm sitting right now, the entire practice, and breathe, you are practicing yoga. If you lay down and breathe, you are practicing yoga. You can do as much or as little as you want. As we move forward, remember, if I'm too fast, you can slow it down for yourself. And if I'm a slowpoke, you can speed it up for yourself as well. And as we move through, just allow yourself to focus more on the progress that you're making with yourself instead of perfection. Yoga is so not about perfection. I know we see all the Instagram posts and the crazy poses. That, while it is yoga, is not the basis of yoga. Yoga itself is breath, and breath is presence. So remember that if you choose to just breathe with us today. Super, super glad to have you with us. And as we get started, we're going to start in our seated position. Try to find yourself into a quiet place, or as quiet as you can find. I know sometimes you hear some neighborhood background noise here with me, but go ahead and get your mat into that spot where you are going to be able to check out and tune in with yourself. We're going to start in our seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Sitting bones connected. You can be cross-legged, legs could be straight, whatever is comfortable for you. So sitting bones connected, let your hands fall on your knees. Just let your chin fall to your chest here for a moment. I want you to pick out 4 different colors or 4 different patterns. Maybe the color of your skin in contrast to your mat, or maybe the clothing in contrast to the floor. 4 different patterns, shapes, colors to bring you into this moment now. Notice your sitting bones connected to your mat, supported by the earth. Both are always there for you. Practicing a little mindfulness, just a fancy word for noticing. Start to notice in the body where you may be tight or holding, where the breath may be restricted, what muscles may be tense. Just come from a place of curiosity. Just notice. No need to judge. Now pull your belly button in towards your spine, in and up. Really engage your lower intrinsic muscles as well by restricting the flow of urine. Belly button in and up toward the spine. Continue to pull in and up. You'll feel that area start to heat up. It's your internal core temperature. It's your internal furnace heating up. This also helps pull the mind chatter down away from the brain where it can be burned up and used for fuel for you. Keep pulling your belly button in and up. Keep those muscles engaged. Feel that power build and realize that that power comes from you. It's the center of your being. Just another few breaths. Continue to pull everything in and up. And slowly start to release. And now a 3-part breath filling from the bottom all the way up to the top. As you inhale, big belly, into your chest, into the back of the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button into your spine. Inhale, big belly, into your chest, into the back of the eyes, washing around. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button into your spine. One more, inhale, big belly, into your chest, washing around behind the eyes. Exhale through your chest, press your belly button into your spine. Now come back to your organic breath. And scan the body. Notice the forehead relaxed, jaw released, shoulders away from the ears. Your hands just gently lying on your knees and a slight separation in your fingers. As we're looking down, this also sends the signal to our brain, all is well, I am safe, I am right where I should be. On your next inhale, right ear comes to right shoulder, head rolls back. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder, chin to your chest. Inhale, right ear, right shoulder, head rolls back. Continue to link your breath with your motion. Move at your own pace here. This is your mat, your yoga, your rules. You'll hear that popping and cracking. That's just nitrogen leaving the joints. That old stagnant energy being washed away. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself a moment of pause here. Let any dizziness subside. It's completely normal. And next, inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Chin to your chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Head rolls back. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. And continue to roll that around. Link your breath with your motion. Remember, this is your yoga, so move at your pace. That popping and cracking again, just letting go of that old stagnant energy, making way for the new. Roll around one more time. Let your chin fall to your chest. Give yourself just a moment of pause. Start to blink your eyes open. Lift your gaze. Now pull your heels in and roll yourself forward onto all fours. We make our way onto hands and knees. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You're going to take your right leg toward the back of your mat. Cross it up and over to the left. Keep your hips nice and square, shoulders over your wrists. As you inhale, let your chest move forward slightly. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder. Feel that stretch in the right side body. As you inhale, let your shoulders come back over your wrists. Exhale, look a little further. You can keep your hips nice and square. You'll notice your right hip goes out toward the right just a little bit, which is okay. As you inhale, chest forward. Exhale, look a little further. Now look down to your hands. Bring your foot up and over. Don't want you walking in circles, so let's do the other side. Left leg goes toward the back of your mat. Cross it up and over. Keep your hips nice and square. Shoulders over your wrists. As you inhale, let your chest move forward. As you exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, look a little further. One more breath as you inhale, chest moves forward. Exhale, look a little further. Feel that stretch in the left side body. And now look down toward your hands. Bring your left knee back up and over. We're going to tuck our toes and press back to your first downward dog. Hands about shoulder width apart, feet about hip width apart. You can bend at your knees here if your hamstrings are a little tight. This will help you straighten out your back and concentrate on keeping a nice flat back. Let your head relax. Feel that decompression in your spine as you press your chest back towards your thighs. We also like to rock the two most powerful words in the universe while we're in this pose. I am. So rock those out for you today, whatever that is. I am happy. I am healthy. I am amazing. As you inhale, heels up, look forward, walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Send the signal to your brain once again, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. So now we're going to move through some sun salutations. So these are meant to burn up that excess energy that we all carry with us at all the time. We always have something that's stored in the body that's not being used and just blocks up the works. So let's move that through. Remember, keep your choice here. You move as slow or as fast as you want, do as much or as little as you want. If you lay back and breathe while we practice, you're still practicing yoga. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am strong. I am confident. I am healthy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Breathe in, arms overhead. As you empty out, swan dive forward. Fill up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Breathe in, up dog. Release it back to your down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am confident. I am generous. I am happy. As you inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center, look down to your fingertips for just a moment. Send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. And now as you inhale, you're going to sit back and down. So you can look past your knees, see if you can see your toes. You can even wiggle your toes, which helps put your weight into the heels. Press your belly button in toward your spine. Arms come up overhead. And look up past your fingertips. Looking up helps clear the fog off of the brain, bringing a little clarity to the moment. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. You rock your I ams. I am strong. I am happy. I am committed. As you inhale, right leg up toward the sky. Bend at your knee, let your heel fall over toward the left, and you can look under your left shoulder to bring a little stability to your pose. And as always, you get a view of a dirty foot. You can lift your right knee up and feel that hip stretch increase. Of course, the hips are where we hold all of that past, all the regret, all the depression. Important to open them up and let it go. As you inhale, straighten up your right leg. Exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one. Keep your back leg straight and strong. Your hips come square to the front of your mat. So left hip forward, right hip back. Arms up overhead. Keep your back leg straight and strong as you sink in toward your front thigh. You feel that stretch. I know you're feeling it. That's exactly what we're looking for. Opening up these big muscle groups in the body. Letting go of everything that no longer serves us. Maybe you bring your hands together overhead, let your shoulders drop from your ears, and maybe sink a little further as you look up. Now as you exhale, bring your hands and your back knee down to the mat. You can keep your back toes tucked or top of your foot onto the mat, completely up to you as we move into a low lunge. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, let your hips dip forward. Inhale, reach up. And now I'm going to give you a balloon or maybe a sky lantern, whatever you see for you. I want you to picture the size, the color, the texture. And now I want you to take out a big greasy marker. I want you to write down everything that you want to let go of in your life. All the things that no longer serve you. All those feelings that you don't want anymore. Maybe you don't have any words for it, so you associate a number or a color and you write it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. Exhale, separate your arms and watch as it sails away. Further and further, taken by the universe to be recycled into something new. Reach up, plant your hands. As you inhale, right leg moves back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams. I am loyal. I am healing. I am perfect, just the way I am. Inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. And once again, everybody's favorite, we're going to sit back and down into chair pose. Arms come up overhead. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. I know they get a little tense, but we're trying to open those shoulders up. As we look up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Breathe out, down dog. Rock your I ams here. I am prosperous. I am powerful. I am blessed. As you inhale, left leg up. Bend at your left knee. Let your heel fall over to the right. You can look under your right shoulder here again to get that stability. And also to notice that you have a pair of dirty feet. You can lift your left knee up, allowing that hip stretch to increase. Straight out your left leg. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, up to warrior one. Remember to keep your back leg straight and strong. Bring your hips square to the front and sink in toward your front thigh. You can also bring your hands together. Maybe you look up past your thumbs. Maybe you sink a little lower. And now as you exhale, bring your hands down, bring your back knee down. And again, back top foot up to you, top foot or tuck toes. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dip your hips. Inhale, reach. And again, I'm going to give you another balloon, or maybe a sky lantern this time. I want you to picture that in between your hands. The size, the color, the texture. And now I want you to take out that marker, and I want you to mark down everything you want in your life. all the things you want to experience, all the places you want to go, all the people you want in your life. Write it all over that balloon. As you inhale, feel it lifting. As you exhale, separate your arms. Watch as it sails away, smaller and smaller, taken by the universe to be granted as a wish for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, left leg steps back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here. I am healthy. I am happy. I am amazing. Inhale, heels up, look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Send a signal to your brain once again, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. And once again, I know it's your favorite. It's my favorite. Sit yourself back and down for your chair pose. Arms come up overhead. This time, bring your palms to touch. Bring your hands in toward heart center. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh, or your left arm comes across your thighs with your right hand to your lower back. Wherever you are, bring your left knee back in line with your right. It likes to slip forward. So square off your hips. Keep your hips below your heart. And as you exhale, press your right hand onto your left. And that twist helps purge those toxins out of our organs. Also helps the spine. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Bend at your knees. Let your chest come to your thighs. Let your head just fall. Now wrap your peace fingers and thumbs around your big toes. You can stay right here and just allow this to be passive. Or you can pull with your elbows moving east and west, shoulders up away from your ears, and then straighten out your legs. Wherever you are, whether passive or making this active, the important part is the heart is above the head. We're allowing the heart to get the break that it needs. It's always fighting gravity. We're always walking and sitting and running. It also helps build those happy hormones at the tip of the spine. The blood is pooling up at the top. And here in just a moment, you'll find out why we call this the Xanax of yoga. Now release your hands up to your hips. Keep yourself in your fold. Pull your belly button in toward your spine. And very, very slowly tick yourself up. Head comes up last. Ah, that is the best feeling. I love that. Step your feet together. Sit yourself back and down for your chair one more time. Reach your arms up overhead. Palms come to touch. Now hands come in toward heart center. Lengthen on your inhale. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow outside of your left thigh, or your right arm across your thighs with your left hand to your lower back. Right knee back in line with your left. Hips below your heart. As you exhale, press your left onto your right. Twist. Look up over your left shoulder. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart once again. And this time we're going to bring our palms underneath for gorilla pose. So palms all the way under, big toes tickling your wrist crease. Slight bend at your knees, chest just rests on your thighs. Take a deep inhale. And for those that want to make this active, start to pull with your arms. Let your head just fall. And then work at straightening your legs. Wherever you are, whether active or passive, remember you are doing enough. You're giving your heart the break that it needs. You're also toning your vagus nerve system, which helps enact that relaxed side of our body. That's why I try to do this work every day. Just another few breaths. Now stay in your fold. Release your hands up to your hips. Pull your belly button in toward your spine and slowly, like it's a game to come up last, tick yourself up. I could do that all day. So we're going to move on with our practice. And one that we just added into this, of course, it should be in all yoga practices, is mountain. So you're going to bring your hands onto your hips. You can be up at the front of your mat, just turning towards you so you can see. Take a little hop. Your feet come underneath your hips. So lift your toes. And this is one of my favorite fun exercises. So I want you to place your pinky toes down. Now your big toes. So you have pinky toes and big toes down. 3 in the middle are lifted. Let's see if we have any pros. Pinky toe, big toe, middle toe. I still can't get that either. So press all 4 corners of your feet in toward the mat. Start to engage all of those muscles from your calves to your thighs. Press your belly button in toward your spine and keep your hands moving toward the mat. Fingertips active, like they're being pulled by spider webs or ribbons. Shoulders come together. Shine your heart space forward as the crown of your head grows toward the sky. This is mountain. You can feel it with all those muscles engaged, that power that you have. You are the mountain. You are that immovable force. Just keep everything engaged. I'm going to count down from 5. You're going to let everything hang. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just let everything go for a moment. Notice the sensation in the body. Notice the difference in the body from your forehead, jaw released, shoulders fallen from your ears, and you're still supported by your mat and the earth. Slowly start to lift your gaze. You can step your feet together, and as you inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here. I am strong. I am happy. I am letting go. As you inhale, right leg up. Exhale, swing your right foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, up to warrior 1 for just a moment. And now open up to your warrior 2. You notice you can scoot your back leg back to give yourself a little room. Back leg stays straight and strong. Bend in toward your front thigh with your front knee coming out toward your pinky toe. Reach your arms up. Shoulder blades come together from fingertip to fingertip. Look over your right hand. Give yourself just a moment here. I know you're feeling that stretch into the hips, and that's what we're looking for. We're allowing the hips to open, which is where we hold all of that past, all the depression, all the regret, all those things that we don't need any longer. Now straighten out your front leg and reach for the front of your mat. When you can reach no further, your right hand comes down to your shin, to your ankle, or to the floor. Just keep your front leg straight and strong. I know you're feeling that stretch on the inside of the thigh. That's exactly what we're looking for. A reach with the arm. And this helps keep the spine straight and strong. Just another few breaths here. Keep your front leg straight. You can even pull your right hip back into its socket. Just another couple of breaths. Start to bend in toward your front thigh. Your right elbow comes up to your thigh and reach for the sky once again. And now come back to your warrior 2. Your front palm comes up toward the sky. And as you exhale, come back to reverse warrior. Sink in toward your front thigh. Really open up your right shoulder and reach. You'll feel that stretch in the side body once again. Now come back to your warrior 2. Windmill your hands down to your mat. Right leg moves back. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Rock your I ams here once again. I am powerful. I am healing. I am happy. As you inhale, left leg up. Exhale, swing your left foot forward. Drop your back heel down. Inhale up to warrior one for just a moment. And now open up to warrior two. Remember, you can scoot your back leg back. Sink in toward your front thigh. Maybe you bring your front knee out towards your pinky toe. Maybe you focus on your tailbone. Sometimes it likes to come out. So try to keep it tucked under so you can really feel that stretching toward your hips. Fingers straight from middle finger to middle finger, shoulder blades together. Maybe you look over your left hand and straighten out your left leg. Reach for the front of your mat and hinge your left hand to your shin, your ankle, or toward the floor, just inside of your toes. As you inhale, reach. The reach is just as important. Take care of your spine. Front leg straight and strong. Your left hip comes back into its socket. Feel that stretch on the inside of the thigh. Start to bend in toward your front thigh. Left elbow comes up to your thigh. Now come back to your warrior two for just a moment. Front palm spins up. Bring yourself back to reverse warrior. As you sink in toward your front thigh, let your left shoulder open to the left and reach. You feel that stretch through the side body once again, all the way from the psoas up through the solar plexus and shoulders. Come back to your warrior two. Windmill yourself down. Hands to the mat. Lower down, half push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. You notice we have a little canine companionship here, so don't mind him. He likes what we were doing. He wanted to be involved. Remember those I ams. I'm strong. I am happy. I am committed. Inhale, heels up. Look forward. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Arms come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Again, send a signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. All right, now some of my favorite parts. We're coming on to balancing. So balancing is important for both the body and the mind, of course. We always hear, find that balance in life. Well, these postures help with that because balance postures are all about the logic centers of the brain. So remember, as we're moving into this, even if you don't go into the full expression, I'll give you some modifications. Even if you don't go into the full expression of it, you're still going to feel everything in those stabilizer muscles. So if you keep your back leg down, trust me, you're still going to feel this pose. Let yourself be wherever you are today. Okay, so step yourself to the back of your mat. Arms come up overhead. Look forward. You can cross your thumbs. Take a step forward with your left foot. Your back heel comes up. Now make whatever shifts that you have to. Your front leg stays straight and strong. Find your balance. And now start to hinge your upper body forward, parallel to the floor, and lift your right leg. Remember, like I said, your right leg can stay down. You can also bring your hands in toward heart center so that you can focus on keeping your hips nice and square. The hips like to lift when you lift the leg. Notice that the right hip tries to stack. Try to keep those hips nice and square. Lift your right leg up. Just another few moments. Remember, even if you've got the tone, I know you're feeling it. You are still getting everything that you need in those stabilizer muscles. Another breath. Slowly lower your right foot down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arm come up overhead. Hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Exhale, release. Let's move to the back of our mat once again. So feet together, and we're going to do that other side because I don't want you walking in circles when we leave. So inhale, reach up overhead. Cross your thumbs the other way. Take a step forward with your right foot. Back heel comes up. Find your balance. Make those little shifts that you need. And now start to hinge your upper body forward, parallel to your mat. And lift your left leg up. Work at keeping your hips nice and square. Remember, you can bring your hands in toward heart center for a little more stabilization. And you lift your left leg up. Remember, left leg can stay down. I know you're still feeling it if you're doing it. You're feeling it all through the back of your right leg. It's exactly what we're looking for. Little stabilizer muscles that you feel jumping and working are helping build that balance in the mind. Slowly lower your left foot down, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center, look down to your fingertips. Send the signal to your brain, all is well. I am safe. I am right where I should be. And release. Now we're going to step to the front of the mat. Some of the biggest muscle groups here lie in the hips, the glutes, the thighs. Especially for guys, our hips are like mountains. They don't like to move. So we're going to take care of those. Happy hips, happy lower back. More sleep, happier person. Hands onto your hips, step to the front of your mat. Take a long step back with your left foot. Left leg straight and strong. Keep your heel spiked up toward the sky. And now reach your arms up overhead and press your inner thighs in together. And you'll notice that power increase. You can sink down a little deeper into your crescent lunge. Back leg straight and strong. You're feeling that shake. Congratulations. That's what we're looking for. Bring your hands together overhead. Hands come in toward heart center. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Left elbow outside of your right thigh. You can bring your back knee down so you can concentrate on the twist, which of course is all about purging the toxins and resetting the spine. Slowly lower your back knee, release your hands. And now work your right foot to the edge of your mat, just outside of your right hand. So your hands are just inside of your right foot. You can let the top foot of your back foot come onto the mat, and your front foot stays parallel to the side of your mat. We're going to stay right here for just a moment. I know especially some of us advanced yogis, we like to rush into the pose. And it's super important, especially in the AM of the day, to warm into these. These are some of the biggest muscle groups, so it's important to nurture and take care of the body. Never want to force it into anything, even if you know that you can do it. When you're ready, start to bend at your elbows. You can also let your right forearm come down. Your right forearm can make it without lifting your hips. You can bring your left forearm down. Or just bent elbows. Wherever you are, it's time to check in with that story that we're telling ourselves. Notice how we automatically in the mind resist these moments. But these moments, these challenges, create change for us. They create growth. Can you be committed to your growth? Can you let yourself just focus on your breath? Can you let go of the suck? What we focus on, we feel. And if that's all you're focused on, you're going to get more of that. You focus on the growth, the letting go. Everything that you're bringing to yourself, that's what you get. Slowly start to work your way back up to your hands. Let your right toes angle out to the right just a bit. Your right hand comes up to your right knee. Let your hips slip forward. And as you exhale, press your right knee away from you, lifting the inside of your right foot off of the mat. I know that your hips like to fall back to come off of this stretch, but try to let your hips just fall forward. Check in with that story. Press your knee away from you. Feel the stretch into the front left of your hips and to the outside of the right. Just another few breaths. You can spin yourself open, look over your right shoulder. Stretching into that psoas on the front side, getting into the hip flexors, taking care of every part of the body. Slowly bring yourself back. Now work your right foot back in between your hands. And now we're going to move into a full split or a half split. So if you're going into full splits, I'm a little jealous. Go for it. I'm working my way there. For half splits, heel plants into the mat, toes back towards your knees, and your back knee underneath your hips. Your fingertips come down to your mat so you can sit up nice and tall, shoulder blades together to protect your spine. Super important. Top foot up to you, whether you want it tucked or the top of the foot onto the mat. I prefer top foot. And now again, check in with that story as we pull the right hip into its socket, toes back toward the knee, left hip comes forward. You feel that stretch increase. It's what we're looking for. This is help stretch. This is stretching through the IT band. This goes in through the glutes, goes in through the outside of the hip flexors on the right side. And you also feel that stretch through the hamstrings, down through the calf. So we're taking care of some of the biggest muscle groups in the body here where all of that past is held. So can you let yourself just focus on your breath? Just another few moments. Slowly coming out of this carefully. You can tuck your back toes, plant your front foot into the mat. And now as you inhale, left foot comes to your right, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, arms come up overhead, hands come to touch. Inhale, heart center. Look down to your fingertips. And release. And now step to the front of your mat once again, hands onto your hips. And let's do that other side. Right leg comes back. Long step back. Back leg straight and strong. Heel spiked up toward the sky. Arms up overhead. Press your thighs in toward each other and notice you can sink deeper in. This helps to bring a little stability to the pose. You might find that shake, and that's good. We need that, letting go of all that excess energy, letting go of that fear. Hands come together. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, twist to your left. Remember, you can drop the back knee down for a little extra support, or you can stay right where you are. Press your left hand onto your right, twist. Slowly lower the back knee down, release the hands to the mat. Bring your left foot outside of your left hand. And now once again, your front foot parallel to the mat. And I know you're feeling that stretch already, so let yourself be there. Let yourself warm into this pose. Just another few moments. Important to check into that story. Can you focus on the beauty that you're giving yourself? Can you focus on the fact that you made you important today? Start to bend at your elbows. And bring your left forearm down. And now your right forearm. And just focus on your breath here. If anything else, deep inhales. Deep focused exhales. With each deep breath in, you can focus your exhale into that tight part of your body and notice how you find a little more space. Just another few breaths. And slowly start to work your way back up to your hands. Left toes angle out just a bit. Left hand comes up to your left knee. Let your hips fall forward before we go into this. Remember, I know they like to come back, but press your left knee away from you, lifting the inside of your foot off of the mat. Let your hips fall forward. Feeling it in the front right and the outside of the left. You can also look over your left shoulder and twist, once again taking care of the organs and the spine while we're opening up some of the biggest muscle groups. And slowly bring yourself back. And now your left foot comes back in between your hands for half splits or full splits on this side. So for full splits, go for it. Half splits, plant your front heel, toes back to your knee, and back knee underneath your hips. Fingertips to the mat. Keep that long, straight spine here. For those that are in your full splits, you can always bend forward, a forward fold, if you've made it all the way down. Or you just stay right where you are and pull your left hip back into its socket. Right hip comes forward. Feel that stretch increase. Can you focus on your breath? Deep inhale. Deep exhales. Deep inhale. Deep exhales. Keep your front foot planted into the mat to come out of this come out of this carefully, can't word all of a sudden. Coming out of this different, left hand comes inside of your left knee. Your left knee moves back, and we find our way onto our mat. You have survived the standing series. So now we're onto the floor. We're going to start off with a wide leg forward fold. So on the wide leg forward fold, super important, especially for us guys where we're super tight, not to go too wide. Not to go too wide. So legs, if they go too wide, your hips fall back. So keep yourself in a little bit so your hips fall forward. And now you get to plant your sitting bones down to the mat. Press your knees in toward the mat. Toes come back towards your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Shoulder blades come together. Inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, you can move yourself forward. Hands come to the center, or you move to the shins, or the ankles, or the insides of the feet. Now, before we move into this any further, super important to protect the spine once again. So shoulder blades come together. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, pull yourself forward. And with each inhale, find space. With each exhale, maybe you find a little more real estate. Remember, you can pull your belly button in toward your spine, press your knees down toward the mat, and toes come in toward your knees. Just another few breaths. I know you're feeling that on the inside of your thighs. And also keep your hips engaged. Press your knees down. And by engaging those muscles, you'll notice how you can find a little more space. It's called reciprocal inhibition. You tightening one muscle group lets the other muscle group stretch. Another few moments. And slowly bring yourself back up. Keep your left leg out. Now we're going to bring our right foot to the inside of the left leg. Left hand outside of your knee. Sit up nice and tall. You can press against the left knee. Right hand is the action hand. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, move along the outside of the left thigh to the shin, the ankle, or to the outside of the left foot. Press your knee down. And now as you inhale, find space. As you exhale, maybe you pull yourself a little further forward. Feel that cross stretch from the right shoulder down through the solar plexus and rib, along the back of the left leg. Just another few breaths. Maybe you find a little more space. Maybe you stay right where you are and you just feel that stretch, letting go of something. Slowly bring yourself back up. And now let your right leg come out. Bring your left foot in to your right thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Press your knee down. So right hand to the outside of your right knee. Left hand is the action hand. Square off your shoulders to your left or your right foot. I can't left and right now. Inhale, take a deep, deep breath. As you exhale, move your left hand on the outside of your right shin, your ankle, or to your right foot. I don't know what it is about my right and left today. Take a deep inhale, press your right knee down. As you exhale, maybe you find a little more space. Remember, you can pull your belly button in toward your spine. Just focus on your breath. You can be right where you are as long as you're feeling that stretch across the left side of the body and across the back side of the right leg. Just another few breaths. Slowly start to bring yourself back up. And now we've made it to one of my favorite parts. You're going to build a boat. You might not have known that you were going to build a boat today, but you are. And this is your boat. So sitting bones connected to the mat, feet on the mat. Hands come behind your hamstrings, elbows nice and wide. This helps promote a long, straight spine. Start to increase that distance between your knees and your chest. When your core engages, lift your legs up, shins come parallel, elbows stay wide. And I know you're feeling that shake. This is neurogenics. That's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking to shake free that excess energy, to shake free that fear that we no longer need. Let that go. It no longer serves us. Just like a cheetah after it hunts, you see it shake all that energy free. That's what our body is doing. Right ankle over your left, heels come in, hands plant, inhale, lift up to reset. Exhale, lower back down, come right back to your plank. Hands behind your hamstrings, or maybe you straighten out the legs. Maybe you straighten out the arms. Whatever you're doing, just let that fear shake itself free. Fear is false evidence appearing real. Left ankle over your right, heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. One more again, come back to your boat, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you just got an inner tube like me. Maybe you got a speedboat. Maybe you got a sailboat. Whatever you got, just let that fear go. Let that shake free. Fear is also face everything and rise. Right ankle over your left, heels come in, plant your hands, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower back down. Now pull your heels in towards your hips and roll yourself forward, or just move your legs out of the way. And now we're going to come up to standing on our knees. Two of my favorite stretches through the mid-body. This one's called camel. Your shoulders over your hips over your knees. Your toes can be tucked. For those that want to advance it, if you want it a little harder, tops of your feet onto the mat. For me, I'm going to tuck my toes. So hands come to your lower back like you're placing them into your back pockets. Elbows come together. You'll feel your heart space shine forward. Press your hips forward, elbows together, and let your chin lift. You'll feel that stretch through the front of your throat, all the way through the chest. That's a beautiful stretch. For those that want to increase it, you can let your head fall back. You can also reach for your heels, thumbs out, fingertips in. If you do this, press your hips forward, chest lifts. Just another couple of breaths. No, I'm probably talking funny. One hand at a time, bring your way back up. Sit your hips back down toward your heels. Knees come together. Now just sit in the hero's pose for just a moment. So sit up tall. You can soften or close your eyes. Your palms face up is meant to receive. So if you want to receive a little extra energy right now, palms up. If you want to just root yourself in the moment, palms down. Just give yourself a moment, discover your breath once again. Notice the feeling in the body, the change. You have affected that change. This pose, hero's pose, is a great reminder to me that you can't always be a hero, but you can always be a champion. Show up for you. Blink your eyes open. And now the next one is called rabbit. So for those that want that mid-back stretch, but really don't want to go into rabbit because it can be daunting, let your forehead fall to the mat and let your arms move back for a child's pose or rock pose with your knees together. You'll feel the mid-back stretch open through the shoulders fall. And for those that want to try rabbit, sit your knees and feet together. If your hips or your heels aren't together just yet, they will be soon as we go into this pose. Reach back and grab your heels. Thumbs out, fingertips in. Sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale. As you exhale, spin your chin down to your chest. Roll your forehead down to meet your knees. Bring your heels together. Super important. Heels together. Pull against your heels. Bring your hips forward. Only slight pressure into the top of your head. Remember, heels together. Pull against your heels. You'll feel that stretch through the mid-back. through the neck, and slowly lower down. Head comes up last. Oh, that's one of my favorites. Now we're going to decompress the spine. So step back to your plank, press back to your downward dog. And while you press your chest back to your thighs, you can bend one knee, straighten out the other leg. It's called walking your dog. Now settle your heels down. Try to straighten your legs. Feel that stretch to the back of the thighs. Press your chest back towards your thighs. And feel the stretch in the upper body as well. So we're taking care of the entire spine. Right leg comes up. Now bring your right knee into your right wrist, your heel just in front of your hips. Let your back knee come down, top of your back foot into the mat. And once again, we're going to stay right here. Remember, we're warming into these poses. Stay right where you are for the moment. Keep your hips nice and square. And then bend yourself forward and down. And just focus on your breath. Another few breaths here as we let everything that we took care of open and release. Important to stretch through these muscles since we opened them up and really went after them today. You'll thank yourself later, I promise. And slowly bring your way back up to your hands. Tuck your back toes and press back to your down dog once again. You'll walk your dog. Let your heels settle. Left leg up. Left knee comes into your left wrist. Heel just in front of your hips. Back knee down. Top of your back foot onto the mat. And we're going to stay right here for just a moment. Again, important to warm into these poses. Even though that we warmed up the body, the last thing you want to do is shock the body by forcing it into something, even if it can go into that pose. It's important for us to nurture the body. Take care of it. It takes care of you. Hinge yourself forward and down. And give yourself just a moment. Just focus on your breath. The fact that you took time for you today. You made you important. And slowly bring yourself back up to your hands. Coming out a little differently, let your left hip sit down, swing your right leg around, and make your way onto your back. So, all the way down. That's right, we made it toward that closing point. Everybody's favorite part of the practice. Bring your right knee in toward your chest, interlock your fingers over your shin. Now change the angle by pulling your knee in toward your right armpit. You'll notice the right knee comes outside of your right rib cage. Keep your left shoulder down, left heel active. You'll feel that stretch across the body, taking care of the internal organs here. The pressure in between the right thigh and the right side of the abdomen is massaging the ascending colon. Our gut is where 75% of our immune system lives, so it's important to take care of these areas. You can increase this by bringing your right elbow over your right knee. Keep your left shoulder down. Keep your right knee right where it is. And bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Bring your foot up toward the sky, your ankle directly over your knee for that 90-degree angle. Left hand to your left hip. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, pull your knee in toward the mat. Continue to breathe. Keep your left shoulder down, left hip down, and pull your right knee in toward the mat. Release. Bring both knees into your chest. Reach over your shins. Grab for your elbows. Let your hips fall toward the mat and pull your knees into your chest. You can also rock left and right for a slight spinal massage. And release. Keep your left knee, Let your right leg go straight. Interlock your fingers over your shins. And now again, change that angle. Your left knee comes towards your left armpit, just outside of your rib cage. Keep your right shoulder down. Pull your knee to feel that pressure on the outside of the thigh or the inside of the thigh and the outside of the left abdomen, taking care of the descending colon. You can also bring your left elbow over to increase that. Left shoulder or right shoulder stays down. Left or right heel active. I cannot left today. And now bring your hand, left hand, inside of your left foot. Your ankle comes up directly over your knee. Right hand onto your right hip. As you exhale, pull your knee in toward the mat. Keep your right heel active, right hip down. Pull your left knee in. And now release, bring both knees in towards your chest one more time. Reach over your shins, set your hips back down toward the mat as you pull your knees in toward your chest. This is taking care of the transverse and sigmoid colon. Full circle, working our way around. And release, keep your right knee one more time. Left hand outside of your right knee. Right hand comes out to the right. Look toward your right fingertips. Keep your right shoulder down. And now let your knee fall over to the left. Stretching across the body. Right shoulder down. Look to your right fingertips. And check in with your knee. If you lower the knee down just a bit, you notice that stretch into the outside of the hip flexor and the IT band, the glutes. Taking care of those big muscle groups once again. It also helps reset the spine. I want you to pull your core in, belly in, look up, bring your right knee up, straighten out your right leg. And now left side, left knee comes in, right hand outside of your left knee. Left arm moves out to the left, look to your left fingertips. And now let your knee fall over to the right. Check in with the position of your knee. And if you lower it down, you feel that stretch into the IT band, into the outside of the hips. Left shoulder stays down. And engage your core. Look up toward the sky. Bring your knee back up. And now make your way into your final pose. Let your feet sit about hip distance apart. Let your toes fall open. Get any last little shifts out of the hips and the shoulders. Tops of your hands. Rest into the mat, palms face up. And just allow yourself to be here for the moment. Let your breath be organic. Notice the forehead relax, your jaw release. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Let your shoulders and your arms sink into the mat. With every breath, your spine becomes heavy. Your hips and legs sink into the mat. This is the pose for which we practice. This is a pose of contemplation, of honor and respect. Focus on everything that you accomplished today. And let everything else fade away. Hold on to those small victories. And judge yourself based on the fact that you showed up for you today. You made you important. Remember, as we move through the rest of our week, the past is history. The future is a mystery. The right now is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Let yourself be more focused in the now, where we create in the now. Whatever you do throughout the rest of this week, let that be enough. Remember that you are perfect just the way you are. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Now slowly make your way onto your favorite side. Bottom arm comes up to cradle your head. Knees into your chest for your fetal position. Top hand just rests on the mat. We lived in this pose for almost 10 months, so the body remembers. And this is a pose of peace, serenity, security. It's also a pose of nurturing, reminding us that we can give ourselves everything that we need in this life because it already exists inside of us. Keep your eyes closed, press your hand in toward the mat, come up to your seated position once again. Your hands can be on your knees or your hands come to heart center. Look down to your fingertips. The light in me recognizes and honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for showing up for you. And remember that we have all of these videos on our YouTube channel for you. We've also got some new ones coming up, some fitness coming, and some focused guided meditations as well. So we're going to start on that this week. All right. I look forward to seeing you all soon. From Leland Holgate at Warriors for Life America, thank you so much for being with us today. And we shall see you all soon. Make it an amazing life, Warriors. Take care, guys.